Thank you very much for coming to my channel and welcome to the channel. If this is your first time coming to my channel, thank you very much for stopping by. And today we are going to talk about working from home, which I know a lot of people are doing, not just here in the UK but around the world. And this is my first time in working from home, and I know that some of you as well. This might be your first time from working from home. All I wanted to do is to kind of give you a breakdown of my first week of working from home and the weeks following that. First week was a little bit difficult. I had a bit of a time adjusting to it. I'm sure some of you felt like that as well. I know some of my friends mentioned that to me, that they find it difficult to make that jump. So did I. Because I work in the city and in a corporate environment, so I'm used to a buzzing office and colleagues and the transportation and so on. What I would recommend for working from home is that in the morning, when you get up in the morning, first thing I do is my wake-up call would be around 7 o'clock, and before that it used to be 6 o'clock, so I have the added advantage of having a lie in the bed or staying in for another extra hour. So that's a plus, I have to say. So wake up from 7 o'clock and have a shower and get dressed. I know that some people are working from home and not dressing up, and they are just kind of, throwing on a t-shirt or so on. But I think it's important to, not even if it's not dressing up, but put on a shirt and brush your hair and do light makeup. It's all important, especially if you're doing video conferencing with your colleagues. So it's important to look, presentable. You don't need a full makeup or anything like that. I don't do full makeup, but I like to do my hair and put on my shirt and maybe a jean, because I'll be sitting down instead of standing up, so they will only see top part of my body like you are now. I like to look good. It makes me feel comfortable and confident and feel like I can start my day and get up with it. So after that, I come downstairs, make my breakfast. I like my tea, English tea. So I like to have my cup of tea with me all the time. It helps me wake up, and I'll have a hearty breakfast, maybe a toast or an avocado, which is healthy, keeps you full. And I'll open all the windows, get some fresh air. So around 8:30, I will open up my computer and start up with my emails. I have a 3-category task. So short-term task, long task, and projects. So emails with your colleagues, if you're replying to any emails or any requests that you need to send to someone else in your company or client, would be go in the short task to do. So those are quick. I call them short tasks because it's quick. It means that you can just reply to an email really quickly and send it off and it's done. Or if it's something that you need to do, you can just send it out quickly. Or if you need to attach a document that you need to send, you can attach a document and send or request as well in that area of work. So anything relating to emails, those are quick and easy to do. So that would be short task things to do. Long task, which will be category 2. Long task would be anything that requires more time. So between an hour to 3 hours or 4 hours. Let's say a whole chunk of your morning. If you have a client who needs you to complete something and it needs to take maybe 1 hour to 4 hours of your day, which is part of your morning or an afternoon, you can schedule that in and put it into task 2. If it's urgent and it needs to be sent off today, or there's a deadline for it today to be sent out today, or it's not urgent, it needs to be sent out tomorrow. So you can arrange to do the urgent ones today, and then move on to anything that is not urgent. You can do it later on in the afternoon, because it means you have more free time and you can do it after lunch. Projects is category 3. So number 3 is if you have projects to do in your line of work. For instance, if you have anything that is between 1 week, I call a project, 2, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks, I will call a project. So if you have something that requires a huge amount of your time and you have a deadline at the end of it that needs to be completed to be passed on to a manager or to your director or your superiors and so on, So you can arrange to do the same system and put it into a daily task. So you can do, you can tackle the project one day at a time. That way it feels like you're moving forward and you're not feeling overworked or feeling like you're doing too much, which I know can be inundated if you have a long-term project to do. So what you can do is you can do 1 hour or 2 hours dedicated of your afternoon. Afternoons are always best time, I think, when it's dealing with projects, because it means you have handled all of your urgent work in the morning. You have done all the short-time things that needs to be done. You have done all the requests that your colleagues, your managers require of you. That is all done. So it means you have the afternoon free to complete your project. And you can dedicate as much time required. So you can do at least 2 hours of your time on that project in a day. And you can schedule it to do another 2 hours of the following day in the afternoon as well, and so on and so forth. So if you tackle it that way, it means you can complete it sooner. You will even find that you can complete it sooner because you're tackling it every single day and it's not being brushed off. It's very easy to brush it off, to leave it till the last minute, which will just create more stress for you, and it will create more anxiety for you, and you will feel overwhelmed. So it's just to avoid all of that. That's the whole reason of why I am explaining this to you. So you can, just to make it easier, because I have that system that I put in place and I use this system and I've been using it for a very long time. So it's helped me in my work. And if you're dealing with a team or people, or you're managing people, which in my line of work I manage people, so it's very easy to feel like, oh, I don't have enough time to do this. But if you put it into a task of doing a short task and getting that done, that means during the day, if you have any request that comes in from your colleagues that needs to be handled immediately, you can handle that. If there's anything else that needs to be handled but it's not urgent, you can put it on your second list of long-term task to do. So it means that you can put a date on it, on when it needs to be completed, and send it to your colleague or to your managers or whoever is required, or to a client. If it's a project, you can date it the same way and tackle it for every single day until it's completed. It just gives you enough time to finish it up, and also you have time to review or revise your job or your work to make sure that it's all done, and then you can send it to a completion. If you find, so I've made it into 3 categories. So you have short tasks, sending out your emails. I'll just go over all the tasks for you, which will be, which will just kind of make it easier. So short task, if you have emails that needs to be sent, you can put that into your short task. Long task would be anything that requires from 1 to 3 hours of your time. You can put that into long task and tackle that, and it will just give you enough time to handle anything that comes in between, like if you have a phone call and a request from someone, it gives you plenty of time to tackle that. If you have projects, you just kind of put it into that schedule of at least 2 hours dedicated every day, whether it's the morning or afternoon part of your day, to tackle that every single day until you get to a deadline. And make sure you give enough time for the deadline to review and revise your work before it's submitted. So I want to say thank you for coming into my channel. If you have any feedback, let me know. I'll be more than happy to get your feedbacks. I want to know what your system is like, what you're doing and how you're doing it. And also please subscribe on that button. Thank you very much. Stay safe, and I'll speak to you soon.